Hello everyone, I'm Meena Tilakraj Merchant and professionally I'm into tourism, storytelling and alternative education for soft skills and life skills. Friends, storytelling is the oldest inherited art that we have. It's a traditional art and all our history and scriptures are also handed down to us in the form of stories told by our masters, by rishis, and by our forefathers. In fact, storytelling today has become so important that it is being used for everything as a fundamental tool. It's being used for communication, for teaching, and even for business. And along with that, it's interesting to note that all other art forms, whether it is music, drama, theatre, it is sculpture, it is painting, writing, poetry, whatever, all other arts also are based on some story or the other, because everything, everyone and every event has a story behind it, right? So whatever you do, if it's a painting, it has a story. If it's a sculpture, a figure, it has a story. If it is dance, the dance is also based on a story, etc. All these things. So that is how story becomes a fundamental tool. As long as there's communication, there's going to be stories, right? And because it is so fundamental and so important and so omnipresent, I would say, and omnipotent also, so it becomes, it's natural that it brings in along with it a lot of responsibility. The responsibility of using it correctly, of being good with the art and craft of it, honing the art, curating the art, right? Storytellers have a lot of responsibility because they are communicating something via the story. So, what should a storyteller do? Let me give you a few tips. First of all, you have to select your story very, very correctly. It should be relevant to the situation, to your audience, and to the topic. And you should tell it in the language of the people so that they understand. Be comprehensible. Don't try to impress with big words. Not required. The simpler you are, the better you are. And when you tell a story, you've got to first get them into listening mode. Do this by helping them to relax, by helping them to unwind. You could do anything. You could put on a little bit of music, or you could make them the oft used 5 breath technique, the 5 long breaths, and then start so that they are calm. Your audience is with you. Get them with you. And then you have to be very precise in your story. Without deviating here and there. Be focused with your story. Know that you are communicating, conveying something, giving them some message through that story, right? Either it is just to make them feel good, or there is a message. So be focused to the outcome of the story and get into the story. Get into it. Be there with the story. Be within the ambience of the story. And say it with your heart and your mind. Feel everything that you're saying. Say it with feeling, as if you're seeing it there, as if you're a witness there, as if you're part of it there, as if it's happening with you. Relate it that way. Emote the story. Express the story. That is how you will get them to feel it. Make it so vivid that they can actually visualize the story. That is how you've got to say. And be very precise. Don't get into long descriptions. Be precise. Okay? And be very objective. Never point out to anybody as an example. Never take names, known names. No. You can give known names of famous people like Thomas Edison invented the bulb. You can say that. But don't take current names. Don't point out to people. Be objective. Now, if the storyteller is this, the story listener also has to have certain ways of listening to the story. The story listener should be very relaxed. You cannot put on a story whilst you're doing other things if you really want to get something out of the story. So be relaxed. Put aside everything when you're listening to a story and stop thinking. Stop applying your own logic. Stop applying your own belief system. No. Because storytelling has certain liberties, just like cinematic liberties. So be non-judgmental. Don't apply your own thinking to it. And don't try to look for logic in it. Just listen, just be with it. And feel it. Visualize the story, empathize with it. Feel the pain and the joys of the characters. Allow yourself to emote also. You can sing, you can dance with the story. No problem. Just like you do in certain movies, don't you? You're watching certain TV series, you do that. Allow yourself to flow with the story. And that is how the story will allow itself to get into you and to give you the right effect, to take you to the right level, to the right plane, and to give you the right takeaways. Friends, I hope this talk of mine is useful, and I wish you all very happy story times, storytelling or story listening. All the best and bye. Thank you for listening.